Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I see a lot of people have joined. Um, I want to say hello to Brittany and let's see here, Mother of Many Ideas, Margaret, Sandy. Thanks for joining. And yes, of course, everyone can have a quick reading. Um, let's see, who do we have on YouTube? Okay, there's still some joining. Okay, how are you, Kat?
I'm fantastic. How are you, Steve?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm still using my Halloween mug.
David, that coffee is spooky. It is indeed, especially in this
Yeah.
house.
All right. I will go through the disclaimer and then we'll get started.
Yep.
So welcome everyone. Kat and I read tarot, and what we do is we do this obviously for arts and entertainment purposes only, with the quotation marks, as we're not allowed to read for anything that's related to financial, legal, or medical, as there are experts in those fields. All right. Kat, I will turn it over to you to start with your weekly general collective.
Yeah, okay. So Steve and I were talking before the live, and if you're considering learning tarot, or if you're somebody who kind of dabbles in it, you'll know that the cards tend to get used to your reading style, your shuffling style, and how you draw them. And the typical way that I draw the cards wasn't working for me this week. I was trying to pull cards and the cards were not speaking to me. And then all of a sudden I got this: you need to do what you did last time when you did something different. You need to do that again. So I'm like, okay. So I asked the cards to tell me which area of life should we be focusing on this week. And it came up again as money, as it did before. Money and finances and resources. And then I pulled the cards I pulled were the Three of Rods or Wands in reverse, the Devil, and Judgment in reverse. So the wands speak about your projects and your career development, personal development. In the case, and the cards they have their meanings, but they're interpreted depending on the context, the other cards that are next to them, the question that was asked, etc. So your intuition, lots of different things. So based on the context that I was told to select for this week, the Three of Rods in reverse speaks to the advice from this card is: do not make hasty decisions about things, especially when they're commerce related. Check your facts, do your due diligence. If any of you have anything coming up this week that requires some financial resources to roll out, be extra careful. Do that, measure twice, cut once type thing. Just check, and double check to make sure that what you're doing is not going to come back and haunt you. The Devil upright speaks to bad habits. In this case, I think the way I would interpret it is bad habits with money. Using money in ways that can be detrimental to you. There's a saying about money that it's not, money should not be the master, money should be the servant, and you're the master. So you should be the one sort of in control of your money decisions and making them wisely. And the Devil, major arcana this week, for some of you, this is going to be a significant pivot point where you may have to look at your money habits and break them, or look at them very, very carefully, because they could be causing some problems for you this week. And then the Judgment card in reverse, sometimes the major arcana cards take them at face value. You've made an incorrect judgment. There's an incorrect judgment here. Could be from the influence of the Devil card, because you're not necessarily, you're not using the discipline that you should be using with your money. And you may make a judgment that, again, all of these cards speak to ill-advised action or something not going right in the way of money. So if any of you out there are thinking of, you've got money on as far as an investment or a purchase or something you're going to be doing with your money this week, the advice on the cards is be careful. Seek out that financial advisor if you haven't already done so. Talk to somebody who really knows their way around the numbers, that can maybe advise you. If you're thinking about it, this is the week to get that advice. Steve, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so because you're headed towards the financial sort of things going there with the cards. So the Three of Wands in reverse is, well, upright is usually about looking into the future, right? And it being reversed is kind of saying, oh, hold on, there's something that's happening that's kind of preventing you from actually moving forward, moving into that future when it comes to finances, job, or career. And then we have the devil that shows up. So, in relation to something that is financially related, the devil, it's usually about addiction. So, I'm going to say something like this could be a gambling addiction that somebody may have, right?
Mhm. Could be.
Um, yeah. And then the last card is judgment in reverse. So, yeah, like you said, judgment in reverse is, bad decision making, which would be the gambling, right? So,
Yep.
if there's anybody out there, if this resonates with anybody when it comes to um, the gambling or overspending or something of that nature, and it's on a constant routine, then that's where the cat's cards are talking to you, right? So just try to pull back, hold off. And it's interesting because, with my reading, Cat, which I'll go through now, my very
Mhm.
first card is financially related.
Yep.
Then I've got the Four of Pentacles here in reverse. So normally it's all about withholding your resources, right? Saving them for a rainy day sort of thing. But in the reverse, it's really saying to us, ooh, there's been a little bit of mismanagement going on. Maybe there's some overspending, and you're focusing on a lot of materialism instead of other things. Okay. The next card I've got is the Five of Swords. So that Five of Swords is all about conflict. Okay. So obviously, if you're mismanaging your money or you're overspending, there could be conflict either between you and your other half, you and the banks, you and the credit cards, who knows, right? Um, and then the last card I've got is the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups really is all about new beginnings when it comes to romance and passions and love and relationships. So, the way I see my three cards this week is if you're able to control your spending or your overspending, then it, you're going to have there's going to be like a new relationship you're going to find with yourself, right? You're going to discover something new. And if you're in a relationship and this is happening, then I'm going to say, you know what? It seems like if you're able to control that overspending, this relationship is going to head into a new direction, a new positive direction. So that's kind of where I see things going, because you can interpret these cards in multitude of ways, right? What do you think, Kat?
Yeah. So that Four of Pentacles seems to be echoing the advice that I'm getting is just, you're being it's in it was it in reverse, the Pentacles, you said it was in
Yes.
reverse.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's probably to the extreme with maybe a little bit, maybe it's building in a bit of fear where fear doesn't need to be around money, but um I think if you're being diligent and you're taking all the steps you need to take, you'll be fine. The Five of Swords, conflict. Yep. Fives mean conflict, uncertainty, change. It's an interesting time for some of you, and the cards seem to reflect that. And then, sorry, what was your last card again?
And last one was the Ace of Cups.
Yeah. But, sometimes after change can result in something good. Like people often fear change because they're too focused on what they're losing and not at all focused on what they're going to get. And the Ace of Cups seems to indicate that there's something wonderful is going to come out of, you've got an opportunity for something wonderful that will bring joy to you this week. So,
Yeah, agreed.
yeah.
Okay, so we're just going to turn it over to the live readings. But
Mhm.
before we do that, we just want to remind everybody of a certain little thing that Kat and I are doing this week or on Saturday. So if you happen to be in the Toronto area, this is happening at My Blissful Lotus on the east side between 7 to 8:30 p.m. Saturday evening. And Kat will be doing Reiki as along with a guided meditation, and I'll be playing the sound bowls. So if you're in the area, it's $55 a person. please stop by. We promise you it will take you to a different zone. That's for sure.
That's the feedback we got when we did the sneak preview at the moon gathering. Anyway, different zone. And it's our RSVP deadline is Thursday at 5 p.m. I think, right, Steve?
That's correct. Yeah.
So that's when the ticket sales are closing. We're limiting it to, I think, 6 is the maximum, right? That we've got
That's
6
right.
spots, small and intimate.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you'll want to act quickly if you're interested in this, because the tickets will not last.
And you'll find the link through the link tree in our Instagram.
Yes.
All right. Hello, Adam. Thanks for joining. All right, so let's get to the readings. I know there's quite a few people, and I do want to welcome Coco Bear, Corey, and Tuche for joining as well. So let me see what I've got here. Who requested a reading right away? There was somebody.
On Instagram, it was Margaret.
Margaret.
I don't know, somebody before her on YouTube?
Nope.
Okay, Margaret it is. General read, it looks like.
Looks like. Oh, okay, that came out.
Mm-hmm. See if mine comes out just as quickly.
It's funny because for me to look at the screen, I need to put my glasses on, but to look at the card, I need to take them off.
I know it sucks.
Old age. Okay, so I'll start. Yeah. So Margaret, the card that I've got for you is the Queen of Pentacles. Now, the Queen of Pentacles, she's she's a motherly figure. She's protective. She's able to hold her own when it comes to her finances, to provide for her and her family. She's also somebody who likes nature, and she likes to be at peace. So you can see that the image, she's very much at peace being around nature. And it's funny because it is a financial type of card. So you don't think financial and nature kind of blend, but they do because they're all earth elements. Okay. So that's the Queen of Pentacles. So that could be you or someone around you. What did you get, Kat?
I got another queen.
Oh,
I got the Queen of Wands in reverse. We got 2 queens here. So this could be, maybe you've got a friend group and there's something going on with the girls. Maybe there's some kind of club or something, or some kind of something that you're doing with women. It's interesting that you'd have 2 queens show up. Or it could be that, or it could be, like Steve says, you've got, so the Queen of Pentacles is your earthbound manifester. Could also be a woman in your life who's an earth sign. The Queen of Wands is a fire sign. The fact that she's in reverse makes me think there's somebody that maybe you're not seeing eye to eye with right now. Maybe there's been a bit of, this individual would normally be very, either it's a disagreement you're having with somebody, or some kind of conflict that you need to fix. This person, it could be somebody who's a fire sign. It could just be somebody very fair skinned. And this queen is also, I think of all the queens, she's the most intuitive. So I don't know if this is ringing any bells, Margaret. You have any conflicts going on with any sisters or female friends or family members?
Yeah, there's a lot of female energy going around in this reading. And the other thing too, Kat, with your card in reverse, the Queen of Wands in reverse is someone who's very demanding, can be a little bit, she could be a little bit overbearing. So someone who's demanding things from you. So Margaret, she's saying no, but keep an eye out for people around you that fit these descriptions. You know, when you have 2 queens together, you're looking at people that have a specific, like they've established certain things in life. Pentacles is typically about money, and Wands is typically about like projects and creativity. Okay. Yeah. So keep an eye out for that and see if she's saying she's taking care of my mom who broke her leg. Okay. So I'm sure that there's probably, there's a couple of things going on, Margaret, between you and your mom that maybe, is your mom being very demanding right now? I mean, apart from the fact that she's got a broken leg, and you're the nurturer, right? You're being the nurturer right now, which is my Queen of Pentacles. So, and the Queen of Wands in reverse would be your mom. So
Yeah.
that's how these cards fit in, right? So, think outside the box. It's not always as literal as it sounds, because you know what's going on in your life more than we do. So from two cards, you're gonna get a pretty general read.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Pretty
yeah, so
unconventional.
now that makes sense to her. Yeah. Okay. Who do we have next? Corey or Courier
Your
4.
four is next. General. What does the
Uh,
week have in store?
yeah. Adam, we will get to you as well. Hang on. Jeez. Oh, sorry, but flying for you. Well, these are hard to shuffle. These cards are super big.
Yeah.
So they're very hard to shuffle.
Oh
You're,
boy.
you're welcome, Margaret.
So, shall I go since I got mine really quickly for a change? So I got the Empress who showed up for you, Courier 4. So the Empress, and this is the major arcana. So um, this talks about abundance. This talks about uh, female motherly energy. So there's either something happening with you right now that's maybe it could be your relationship with your mother. It could be your relationship with your just sort of your life and your feeling of abundance. And are you feeling like you're in a good place right now? Are you feeling like you could manifest things or that you could bring forth things into your life? It's a significant the advice I think coming up for the week is maybe now is a good time for you to do that. But let's see what Steve has because that might add some color to this.
So you got a major arcana, and so did I.
Ah,
I got the Hermit. So
interesting.
yeah, so the Hermit is all about self-reflection, enlightenment.
Hmm.
So Corey, I don't know if you're a mom or not, or if you have a good relationship with your mom, but I feel like with Kat's card and my card, it's almost like the motherly figure in this reading is really they're looking back, and they had like an awakening, an enlightenment, in the sense of like things are going really well with my kids, and that kind of thing. My kids are, the successful, or things like that's the kind of feeling that I'm getting. What do you think, Kat?
Yeah, it's about fruition. It's about things, bringing forth, and then the things that you're doing are actually yielding results, and you're manifesting things out of intentionally. You're living intentionally and manifesting things. But yeah, it could also speak to the motherly figure. And sometimes when the Empress comes up in reverse, it's denoting a bit of strife between you and your mother. That's oftentimes what that means. But upright, it's a great card. It's a woman who's very, very comfortable in her space and knows how to nurture, knows how to make things happen. And it would seem that's your message for the week.
Yeah, so maybe spend some more time with your mom. So
Mhm.
okay. So Corey's saying, she's not a mom, but she's got a great relationship with her mom. So yeah, that's exactly where it fits in.
Mhm.
And I have been manifesting a lot lately. Interesting. So
And
there
that
you go.
the hermit's about sort of, yeah, like unplugging
Yes.
from everything and really focusing on it. So, and with those two together, I guess that the advice is to just take that up a few notches and
Yeah.
just really give her.
Yeah. You're welcome. Okay. Uh, Coco Bean,
Cocoa
Coco
bean,
Bear. Yes. And then Adam. So we'll get there. So Coco Bean, we
cocoa
will do
bean
that.
general reading, right?
Uh,
King of Swords.
yes. General read. Okay.
Go ahead.
I'll go. So Cocoa Bean, what I've got for you is the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is really talking about walking away from something emotionally that you're attached to. So it could be some kind of a relationship, not your partner necessarily, but it could be a relationship at work. It could be a friendship. It could be something that you. It's time to let go. It's time to walk away. Time to release. What did you get, Kat?
But the Seven of Swords aspecting with your cards. So maybe this has been a challenging relationship for you at work. Maybe you've sort of felt like you had to sort of stay one step ahead of that person, or just things in general. Just maybe the relationship wasn't quite the equal give and take. Maybe you were doing more of the work. I don't know if that's resonating.
So Kat, that's exactly where I was going with this one. So I feel like someone was maybe taking a lot from you, Cocoa Bean, and taking like constantly asking for things, and you're constantly giving, and you're starting to realize that, and maybe it's something that now you need to let go, right? It's no longer serving that purpose anymore.
Yeah. The cards would seem to indicate that is the advice.
Yeah.
Don't look back.
Yeah. So let us know if that resonates at all. And then we have Cocoa Bear, and then we've got Adam.
Okay, so Cocoa Bear is my Queen of Cups. Okay.
So Cocoa Bean is saying thank you. It resonates. Good.
I've got the Magician in reverse for Cocoa Bear.
So what do you think of the Magician in reverse, Kat?
Well, it's gonna depend on what you pull, but in general, at face value, we're gifted, we're highly gifted, but we are not using our gifts. We are maybe our heads in the sand a little bit over our gifts, or we're maybe a little nervous of our gifts, afraid to use them. The magician has all four suits on his table. He's got a sword, a wand, a pentacle, and a cup. So he's got it all.
Yeah. So I've got the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is really about, running into something really quick. They're very action oriented. Very action oriented to the point where you forget about the consequences. Okay, so you get things done so fast. And that's where maybe this magician comes in, right? So instead of using all the tools that you have, you're kind of just using the one. You're using the wands. You're using that fire, that passion. And what's happening is there's going to be a little bit of chaos that might have come out of it.
Yeah. With your knight, I'm almost wondering. It could also mean that you're using your powers, but not necessarily for the best possible purposes. That rushing in with the knight. Just I think the advice is just to check yourself maybe a little bit this week.
Yep. Okay, and then let us know, Cocoa Bear, if that makes sense. And then we've got Adam. So here we go.
I don't think I have. Do I have him?
Over 30.
That much I know. It's just I don't remember the astrological sign.
Aquarius.
So that's an air sign. So that is the King of Swords. just going to put that down here so I don't forget. King of Swords. All right, general read for Adam.
Yep, general reading for this upcoming week. All right. Okay.
Oh, came right up. Ah, I got the Ace of Cups.
So, Adam, the Ace of Cups is about new beginnings, love, romance, passions, some kind of new potential projects that you're on the horizon that mean a lot to you, like emotionally. And then I've got the Queen of Swords. So this is somebody who, it could be you or someone around you, but someone who's very intelligent, very independent. Doesn't like to beat around the bush. When they ask a question, they want an answer like direct instead of like being a politician. That's me. I want a direct answer like all the freaking time. So this week I think what you want to do is maybe be direct with what you want, okay, and that will spark that Ace of Cups, that will spark that new romance or that new beginning that you're probably looking for.
Yeah, might mean you have to speak up when normally you wouldn't. She doesn't care. She says what she thinks, and sometimes people the wrong way, but she gets results. So
yeah. All right. So let me just double check here. You're welcome, Coco Bear. All right, let's remove.
See anything else on Insta?
No, I don't see anything else. So I think what we'll do is I'm going to put this back up while we do our closing remarks. And Adam is saying, awesome. I actually feel what you both shared. It resonates.
Nice.
You're welcome. Okay. So in closing off, we're just keeping this on the screen to remind everybody, but we want to thank everyone for coming. Again, we do this for fun. So share this, when it pops up, share this with your family, with your friends. The more, the merrier. I want to say stay tuned for some, holiday things coming up for myself, and I'm sure for Kat, regarding our own businesses and things coming up. And I'm sure there'll be something unboxing week and so on. So keep this date open, 30th of November. We would love to see you there. And Kat, I will turn it over to you.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's, again, the link tree is on both Steve and my Instagram bios. You can register right through the link tree. And yeah, so this week, I think we have some Black Friday or something going on. Steve, I think I saw something on your Instagram.
So I'm just pushing out gift cards. So if you want to buy gift cards for yourself or for someone that you know, for a healing session or a tarot read, the link is in my Instagram. And I'm sure, Kat, you have some stuff as well coming up.
Yep, I've got some Black Friday this week. I have a Black Friday sale going on in my apothecary. Again, the link's in the link tree. Have a look. And if you're local to Toronto, it's free delivery for all purchases over $50. So a little bit of early Christmas shopping. So thanks again, guys, for your time today. It was great to see you as always. And you honor us by joining and asking for us to provide advice from the cards. And we hope to see you next Sunday. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.